Harder work, flying to the football. We got discipline. We got a lot of stuff we got to work on, both offensive and defensive, to make sure we get all of our assignments and we're ready for the rest of the season.
Now, you got Bishop Dwenger this week, and when you take a look at the games last year, they were two very competitive games. You got them in the week 2 of the regular season and in the postseason, games that could have gone either way. What do you take away from those two games against the Saints last year that you can use this time around?
We take good assets on their offensive and defensive ball, recognizing little things that we can work on that'll give us that little edge when we play them.
What have you seen on tape, and what are the coaches stressing in practice to counter what they do offensively that you guys have to do on D to kind of slow them down?
Reading our keys, flying to the football, and making sure we're coming fast and hard.
Offensively, what are the keys to scoring, even more points than you did last Friday night against this Dwenger team?
Hitting our blocking assignments and getting a great drive on that ball. Making sure we're getting downfield, give Brauntae and the rest of our guys a good shot at scoring.
For you guys, Snyder and Dwenger off the bat, these are two games where, if you want to compete for an SEC title, you need to play well in them. So how important of a game is this for you guys going into week 2, knowing that, the goal of the SEC championship is still out there, but you need to win on Friday to keep yourself in that discussion?
This is a very important game to us. We're hard working every day. We're out here countless amount of hours. We're preparing, and this is a very important game. We're ready.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about Friday's matchup?
Just playing, getting out there, being able to play with all my teammates.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
All right, man, we're good.
We just got to keep buying in. As is known, as nobody really expected us to do what we did in week 1, so we just got to keep buying in as a group and just buy into what the coaches is telling us. Main thing, we got to stay hydrated also.
When you take a look at this offense, what did you guys learn about this offense in week 1, and how do you kind of build on that here in week 2?
We learned that our offense is very explosive, so we can do anything from running to passing to QB runs. Whatever it is that we can do, whatever it is that needs to be done, we can do it as a group. And we learned that we have a very good quarterback also in Brauntae Johnson.
Yeah. Defensively, what's your big takeaway defensively, and what are some of the things that you're working on this week to counter and slow down what Bishop Dwenger does?
Biggest take is stopping the run, for sure. So this week we're focusing on stopping the run, getting off of blocks, proper technique, standing our gaps, form tackling, everything to stop the run.
You guys played Dwenger twice last year. It was a close game here at Chambers Field in the regular season and a single-score game in the playoffs. What do you take away from those experiences that you learned, that you know about Bishop Dwenger, that you can apply here in another season against them?
With Bishop Dwenger, you just have to be physical. You have to, because they're gonna come out and punch you in the mouth. So if you're not ready for that, then it's gonna be a long night. So if we can stay physical with Bishop Dwenger all 4 quarters, we feel like we have a good chance to win.
When you take a look at the SAC, obviously one of the goals for this team is to win the victory bell. It's not easy when you got Dwenger and Snyder as games 1 and 2, but knowing that if you want to stay in the discussion for the SAC championship, you need to win this week. How much excitement does that put on your guys' shoulders, and how much importance does it make this game on Friday night against a good Dwenger team?
It puts a lot, because we know, as last week, we feel like we should have won that game, and our goal is to win the SAC. So to stay in that race, we feel like we have to win that game. So in order to do that, we're just going to buy in as a group and as a team.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to? A lot of hype around this game. It's going to be our highlight zone game of the week. A lot of people are looking at this one as the game of the week in the SAC. What are you most looking forward to about Friday?
Just the environment, the atmosphere, how many people come out and show, and just a fun, hard-nosed game.
Good deal. Anything else you'd like to add?
Go Legends.
Take away from that experience that you guys can use going forward to make this a better football team.
What I took is that even though we're young, we got a lot of fire with this group. And then also when adversity comes, that, this group is going to adapt and overcome no matter what the situation or circumstance is, and that's what I'm excited about.
For this week, what are some of the things that you're really focusing on in practice, and what are some of the things that you're stressing to get ready for what Bishop Dwenger presents on Friday?
We're getting better as far as technique-wise, as far as tackling, and just overall just fundamentals. The Wanger's going to come in and they're going to play the Wanger football, the Wanger style football that they've been playing for a very long time. And everybody knows what that is. It's hard mouth, it's physicality, and we just got to match that for 48 minutes.
This past Friday, you fit in some newer pieces to the offense. What did you learn? What's your takeaway from what you saw from this team offensively last week to put up the kind of numbers that you put up against what is traditionally a very good Snyder defense?
What I learned is we got a real program here, and we can just plug in and play. Brayshawn Bassett had a great game. I'm very proud of him. A lot of people was wondering, how we were going to be, without, the great Deuce Taylor from graduating, and he stepped right in, and then he had some cramping issues, and our sophomore quarterback, Donovan Williams, came in and threw 2 great balls to, keep our possession going and keep us in a scoring drive. So and I want to praise my assistants for that because, when a guy goes down and the next guy got to go in and there's no drop off, it's all on the assistant coaches.
Defensively, what did you learn from the Snyder game? Obviously, you guys had some big plays defensively, special teams as well. What do you take away defensively that you can build on as we go through the season?
What I take defensively is us just being, more technically sound and finishing tackles. That was literally like our first game, and it was just as far as just our kids just being able to be in it and that speed. And, we started 10 new starters on defense. So that was their first game having a tackle, having a bang. And I take my hat off, to, Snyder's running back. He was very good. And, he was a tough load. So we learned a lot, and now they understand why we pushed them so hard, and we're able to build from that.
You look at last year, you guys played Dwenger tough here in week 2, and then it was a 1-score game in the postseason. What, if anything, can you carry away from those 2 games? And this, talking to Jason Garrett yesterday, kind of a budding rivalry, but a lot of respect between these 2 programs as Northside ascends to the upper echelon of the SAC.
First and foremost, I want to give, Coach Garrett a shout out. He's a great coach. His first year, they went to a state championship. So that just tells you a lot about him. And then, Dwenger is just a traditional program. Again, they're going to be ready. They're going to have 120 kids on that sideline ready to play. And they're going to be very physical. They're going to be very disciplined. And again, like I said, we just got to match that for 48 minutes. We matched that for 48 minutes. There's no doubt in my mind that we can pull out this upset.
Yeah, what are you most looking forward to about Friday? It's going to be our highlight zone game of the week. A lot of people are intrigued, especially based on how close the games were last year. What are you most looking forward to about kind of the spotlight for this Northside program coming up on Friday?
I'm just looking forward to another Friday Night Lights for the kids to have fun playing a great game of football. I'm looking forward to the atmosphere. I know the atmosphere is going to be crazy. Dwenger has a great student section that's wild at every game, and we got a great student section as well that's going to be wild and ready. And I'm looking forward to, again, fans just being in the stands. I mean, if you was here last week at Chambers Field, this place was rocking, and I don't expect anything less coming this Friday.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
We the North.
Boom.